Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and today I'm sharing a quick art journal video with you. I forgot to film the end of it, but you can see how it started out and you can see how it wrapped up. There are pictures and a tiny bit of video at the end. Here I'm just doing some blending with basic acrylic paints. One of them's a little bit metallic to add interest. I was experimenting a little because I see that in a lot of my work, the paint goes at the same angle and the same kinds of things. So I did more blending in this one to test it out. And I really wanted to work in green and purple and avoid blue because, except I cheated a little with the teal. Okay, in my defense, I thought it was going to be more green. I was trying a color scheme that my friend works in a lot, and she's been paint pouring, so I had these paint papers and I thought, okay, I'll try it. So you'll notice this page isn't covered in blue. My collage papers do have some blue on them though. And I'm blending it in and trying to make it blended, but also if there's any direction to be sure that it's really mixed up and cloudy, just to experiment. I think it's fun to be sure that pages that I do or cards that I make, I don't want you to be able to look at something and know that I made it. I want things to be different, or I want them to be more about the day or the season or the receiver, not that every page I make or every card I make looks the same. So when you see on my Instagram feed, you'll see sometimes I made something in a bunch of neon yellow. Well, that's because I was thinking of someone when I made that, and neon yellow isn't maybe my thing, but it's fun to try those different color palettes and experiment with them. So don't be afraid. And when you can buy a bottle of paint for $1.50, I mean, I'm not saying go out and buy a $20 tube of paint and commit, but try it. Try something that you would never think to use or that you maybe don't want to see in your own house. And here I'm using the paint pouring, the papers that I told you about. They're different tissues and paper sacks and all sorts of things that I just pushed into the paint, did some smooshing, did some just drop it and pick it up. And just to see how they work on this page, and I really want to try it. That paint bottle, it was thinned down and I didn't realize it, so that's what I went with. It added just a different texture to it. It was just water in there, I think. I don't know, there might have been some pouring stuff in there. And then I did a fade because I'm drying it. I don't want you to have to watch me. And just trying to fit that in there and be sure that it all works right. And I'm using my gel matte medium to glue it down. And you'll notice on these papers that when I take my brush and I go over that paper, it kind of turns blue. So when I said that I didn't use blue, they've been sprayed with Dilution's blue ink. So when I go over the top, they do turn a little bit blue. And that's part of why I went over them a bunch of times. You don't need to go over something that much to glue it. But I was trying to blend that color out and make it blend into the page better, not just streaks. I'm not sorry that ink is on there. I think it's fun. It's just my gel matte medium is slowly turning blue as I use those papers. It'll be fine. The paint part of this and putting the collage papers on, this was about 21 minutes of video, and then I chopped it way down. The other thing I was trying to do here is put papers on the page where I don't normally put them. I have a tendency to cling to the edges, and that's why I put that one right in the middle, and then you'll see that I'm going to put another one in the middle. I'm just trying something different and challenging and saying, okay, how does it turn out? And in the end, it turned out fine. I liked it. I would do it again. And you can see that's much more green than my page, but once I smear around all that blue ink, it kind of changes things. You can see that there's paper sticking off the top of the page and a little bit at the bottom. If you like that, you can leave it. I've trimmed most of mine in the journal, and I did trim this page, but if you like more of a junk journal, there you go. There's my matte medium and just showing you the paints. If you like more of a junk journal look, then leave those on there. Okay, this is funny because my sentiment was let life happen, and my Sharpies ran out and they didn't match. But you can see I just doodled on it and put some color and took a risk. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks.